It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Bills and the Eagles on Thursday night.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup here between the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Singletary again. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They're just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now Allen. Forced out to his left. And that's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down is Logan Cook to punt. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Taking on the midfield logo. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, and Next Gen Stats says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Looking middle, and that's complete. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's Corliss Waitman now. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a first carry for their fullback. Stop made there by Brian Asamoah. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Allen off the play fake. Finding Knox there, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. from the 17. Allen. Robinson's got it. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Singletary, they'll run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. No dice for Sean McDermott and the offense. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Play action. Here's Hurts. He finds his man, complete. That's short. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And it's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Second down, back to Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Here's Hurts to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to get a handful of them.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Running right, here's Sanders. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 more there and another first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Tyler Lockett, he's got a first-quarter touchdown grab there. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. The Bills on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 8. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
On the give, this is their fullback. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now Allen off the bootleg. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The give to the fullback on the dive. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. No dice for Sean McDermott in the offense. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. That swung out wide to Sanders. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. See what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on 4th down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt the ball.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They're going to look to throw. Smith catches left side. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress, trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Partner, I think this one won awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
This is caught by Robinson. And another juke. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. And he's going to have a Bills 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. To throw, it's Allen. And Diggs has it. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On play action, Allen. Pryor has it complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Bills on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Allen. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And this time they were waiting for it as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Robinson's got it.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo.
From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And the Bills are going to tie the game at 3.
Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. From the 27, Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On first down, Hurts. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of it. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, remember, we're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Allen. And this will be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. The handoff, it's Singletary. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Logan Cook now, standing just about on his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
He's going deep for Brown. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And he comes back with one complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
On the draw, here's Sanders. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair.